Hello, everyone. Good day. How are we doing? Yeah, so welcome to another interesting class. And today we're going to be dealing on a topic I tagged personal branding. You know, oftentimes people think when you hear branding, you're talking about the cover of or the outer look of a product or how people view a thing. But in recent time, people are beginning to understand the power of you being the brand yourself. It's no longer just what people want to buy, but you, the seller, right? So in on this course, we're going to deal or try to break down some of the important things we need to know regarding personal branding. All right, stay with me. So if you're just joining us for the first time, my name is Dr. Gift Chidiman Namoko, and I'm the founder of the New African Global Economic Institute and the Global Economic Summit. Okay, good. Welcome back. So, brand. What is brand? Personal branding, or what is personal branding, is literally the way people view you. The way people view you. When you want to bring out a product in the market, it's important to be fully represented, or you represent the selling. It's important. People hardly buy from those they don't trust. People buy from people they trust. A good salesperson or a good marketer knows very well that trust is the foundation of every transaction. If people look at you and they feel they can't trust you with their money, they hardly will want to invest in your product. So branding is, in a layman term, how people view you. Let's take an example. If someone come into a room and probably you don't know the person, right? The way the person looks, the way the person dresses, the way the person carries himself, even when you don't know who the person is, you are going to be very interested in finding out who this person is. Now, the present is sales, or the present is marketing. Interestingly, even when you don't know the person, but because you admire how the person looks, how the person carries himself with a lot of class, dignity, a bit of excellence in everything, probably the way the person is put together with their fashion sense, or even a little thing as a look, or as a haircut, or a well-made hair, or even a color combination in clothing. If the person looks appealing to you, first you are interested in listening to what the person has to say. And if the person brings any product, you will love to buy, even without so much effort by the person. That is called brand and executive presence. The way you appear yourself, it's not enough to have a good product. It's not enough to have a good product. Remember, product is something that is on demand, something people need. Because you don't just create product, you create a need, a solution to a need. You are inspired by a need to create a product. Products are supposed to solve a need. However, if that product is as good as you are making it look, without the carrier of the product looking like a reflection of the product, you might end up still struggling with the product. Branding is yourself being the product. Mark this word, write this down. We are first the product before the product. We are first the product before the product. People buy from people for some reasons. Reasons people buy from people. People buy from people because, number one, they trust you. People buy because they trust you. It might just be you might just hear something like, I feel I connected with this person, right? People buy from people because they trust you. So, well, let's go back to the definition, if a typical definition, so that everyone can be carried along. What is personal branding? Definition of personal branding. Now, when you hear the word personal branding, the first thing that comes to your mind is the way people view your product from your own physical look. From your own physical look, right? So we're going to be dealing with identifying. Hold on. We're going to be dealing with identifying oh, sorry, I'm back. So sorry for that break. So like as I was saying, personal branding is how people view you before what you are selling, right? So let's take it from my notes, because I want us to write down something. A brand is more than just a logo, right? Because most times when you call a brand, you think it's just the logo or the color of the company. It's more than that, right? A brand is what you do, how to create a brand, what you do to attract people to you. When people are attracted to you, they're attracted to also what you sell, right? So anything branding is what is captivating, what attracts people. All right. Now, it comes in different ways. Personal branding, as our topic incline, is an intentional process of shaping how people perceive you based on your value, your behavior, your communication, and your consistent in excellent delivery. These are things people want to see in you. So when you talk about personal value or personal branding, is how you position yourself as a brand, how you come out into the market. Because in this recent time, people no longer buy a faceless brand. People buy a brand that they can have someone behind the brand to identify with. People buy people. People buy integrity. People buy class. People buy a level of a positive identity, right? So when you want to understand the word personal brand, oftentimes most of us, probably some of us are in business already, and some of us want to go into business in the future. Maybe in the random business world, you hear things like, he's a trustworthy person, all right? Or things like he delivers on time, all right? Or things like he's an excellent leader, right? Or things like he adds value to me. Now, all these are characters that when you put together, it defines a person as a brand? What identity do people have, or do people have when they want to describe who you are? What identity do they see? Who do they see? When they call the word, the name Dr. Gift, what comes to mind? That is what they call personal branding. The identity you portray as a person is very important, because people don't just buy product anymore. They buy the person behind the product. All right. So let's put, why do we need personal branding? Why is it important? Why is it important? Personal branding is very important because business are built on relationship. Business are built on relationship, and relationship build trust. Relationship builds trust. So people naturally are drawn to those they feel they can trust. Naturally, I want to trust this person because I feel he's trustworthy. Sometimes they may not even have any serious reason to trust the person, but then they feel, probably because of their presence or the way they carry themselves, they feel they can trust you. So before making a purchase, before people make purchase, most times, or before you make a purchase, oftentimes ask yourself this question, right? Can I be trusted if I'm going to be making a sale? Can I be trusted, right? The second question you want to ask yourself is, do they know what I am doing? Sometimes we do so many things and lost our identity in them. Take an example. You sell clothes. You also sell food. You also teach. And you, as well, you do make hair for people. And also you work in a publishing company. Listen, there's so many things going on here. So the question is, what will people identify me for? Too many things might get people confused when you are building a brand. People should know you for a particular field when building a brand. If you're in the educational system, it's okay to be a teacher or a coach, and also probably an author, a writer, and maybe you are also, things that are educationally related. That is creating a brand for yourself. Or probably in the fashion industry, you make clothes, you have a boutique, you also have a photo studio, or you have a makeup studio. If you realize, they are all going towards a direction. So what do people know you for? Do they know you for everything, or do they know you for a particular thing? When you are known for everything, you are known for nothing. So it's important to identify what field you want to actually dominate. Another thing you want to ask yourself is, am I a promise keeper? Am I a promise keeper? Everybody wants to be trusted, but remember, to be trusted means you are doing something right. To be trusted means you are doing something right. So if you want to be trusted, you need to make your... Now, another thing you may want to ask yourself is, if something goes wrong, if something goes wrong, or you want to ask, another you want to ask or reflect on someone you're looking up to as a brand. Is it someone that takes responsibility when things goes wrong? Of course, that's an attribute of a good leader. Leadership means responsibility. It's not only when things are going well that you come out and become the star. When things are also going wrong, how do you manage crisis? So these are things that shapes one to be identified as a brand. So brand identity or personal branding is a lot. It's a lot of discipline. you need to be very disciplined. You need to be very, very precise in what you are doing. You need to be well articulate, right? All right, let's then dig into the formula of personal branding. The formula of personal brand. So personal branding has a very simple formula, which we are going to deal with right now. Number one, things you remember, character. Character. Number one is character. Number two is consistency. Number two is consistency. Number three is competence. Competence. Number three, what is your character like? How consistent are you in whatever you are doing? How competent are you in that thing you are doing? And then number three, which I think is very important, which is one of, in fact, for me, is the summary of all of that, is called communication. A good brand ambassador or a good brand a good brand ambassador must have a good communication skill. Now, if you add this up, character, consistency, what else? Okay, if you add it up, you get the word credibility. Okay, let's go on it again. Number one, character. Number two, consistency. Number six, competence. Then number four, communication. And then then all of these give you equal to credibility. Are we getting the point? Please take that into consideration. So credibility is the summary of the three or the four. Credibility. Now, every person that wants to be a good brand ambassador, or you want to be your own personal brand, needs to be credible. You need to be trustworthy. You need to be someone that can be trusted. Trust me. Okay. When you are credible, credibility is something you maintain over time. It's not something that just flip up in one day. People want to see a consistent in your character, in your job ethics, in your action, what you do, right? All of this, but when you're consistent, day in, day out, when four people talk about you, they say something similar because that is who you are, right? When you maintain it over and over again, it becomes trust. Credibility becomes trust when it's maintained over time. It becomes trust when they maintain over time, and trust is a very good virtue. Trust is capital. Trust is capital. Okay. Trust is the foundation of influence. When people trust you, you can influence them. And influence is the foundation that lasts every business success. If you want to succeed in any business, your foundation has to be influence. And remember, influence is given birth by what? Trust. Influence is given birth by trust. So that is something we'll take back home with. All right. Still on personal branding, one other thing we have to take home with in personal branding is this. We are a replica, or we are who, the way we present ourselves is the way people view us. Yeah. The way we present ourselves is the way people view us. When you present yourself as someone that can, that can be trusted, that can sell a product, right? It's easy to market whatever you come up with. Trust me. So we are the product before the product. Let's talk about our physical appearance, because sometimes people don't understand that physical appearance is very key when you are tending or you are an entrepreneur. Every entrepreneur needs, this is not negotiable. Every entrepreneur needs to put up the best standard when it comes to physical appearance. Physical appearance is also very key to personal branding. How you look. When you get into a room, how do people view you? From your hair, from your clothing, okay? Some of us, when we go to a place, we don't care how we look. Trust me, when people look at you, they classify you. When people look at what you wear, they classify, they position, they put you in a place where it's either you are worthy to become to solve their problem or not. You can't go to a place where you want to sell to the very rich people and look very tattered, or you want to sell to young people, the younger generation, and look very old. First, your market should determine how your physical looks is designed. Everyone is has the ability to sell, but you need to be intentional about your looks. Your looks is what actually keeps you on the table. Your looks. Most times people judge us just in the first 10 minutes of we being in a place. They judge us based on our appearance, on our communication skill, on how we carry ourselves, most especially how we smell. Some of us don't mind our body odor, which is very important. If you're going to be in a room that matters, you need to look clean. You need to look very, very sophisticated. I'm not saying you should break a bank to look good. I'm not saying you should live beyond your means. Trust me, you can always get things around your means, okay, still look very good. It's all about the way you package yourself. It's not out of place to read fashion magazines, to watch fashion clips or fashion documentaries, because these are part of the things that sells you. If you want to be respected, you need to dress like someone that accords respect. If you want to be taken importantly, you need to look important. If you want to drive a force, you need to look like the force. We are who we sell. If you look confident, you can sell confidence. If you look good, you can sell a good product. And you don't expect to look tattered and be a product. So we need to be very cautious of how we look, how we smell, how we speak, how we represent ourselves, how we take over the room when we get in there. It has to be a very, very intentional thing. We need to be very intentional about how we get into an environment. Trust me, your product is important, but your look is more important than that product, because when people don't trust that you can represent what you sell, they will hardly buy from you. You are the product. You are the product. Just put it behind your thoughts that I am the product. I need to look good. I need to be out there. I need to display myself. I need to be seen. I need to be known. Go to your social media, enhance it. Go to whatever place you display your product and first sell yourself. Be lovable. Be lovable. Just make yourself lovable. Of course, you can't make everybody love you, but then there are things that even people that don't know you will look and see and understand about you and just start falling in love with you, because you are the reflection of what you sell. So if you don't get anything today, just get it very, very deep into you that you are the product. So whichever product you are looking at to bring it to the market to sell, it's not as important as you positioning yourself first. It's only when you are now sitting properly, you are now well identified as someone trustworthy, then you can bring out something, whatever you want to sell, and tell people about it and they will buy. Most people buy from you because they like you, not because they just like your product. People buy from you because they like you. So be likable. Put up a smile when it's necessary. And not every conversation is your business. Not every conversation is your business. Carry yourself with some dignity and some good class. Put in effort in everything you do. There should be a reflection from a level of excellence in everything you do, because people will gravitate towards you when they think you are likable. So if you have a topic, please just go to the comment section. I will try and answer as many questions as possible. And I want to say thank you for joining us. If you are not yet on our Facebook page, please go to the Facebook and follow us on Facebook. And we'll keep bringing you with more content daily for those not yet on Facebook. All right. I want to say have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. Thank you. I look forward to answering your questions on the chat. Bye.